Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Sparkle English, where I teach you how to improve your level of English. Today is going to be a very important beginner grammar lesson on the difference between an, some, and any. These are very common words in English, and it's important that you know how to use them. First, we need to learn the difference between countable nouns and uncountable nouns. Countable nouns have a singular and plural form. In plural, these nouns can be used with a number, which is why they are called countable nouns. For example, we could say, I have one dog, or I have two dogs. Uncountable nouns can only be used in the singular form. These nouns cannot be used with a number, which is why they are called uncountable nouns. For example, we can say, I have money, but we can't say, I have one money, or I have two money. So now let's learn when we use a or an. We use the articles a or an in front of singular countable nouns. A is used when the next word starts with a consonant sound. So for example, I have a cat. I need a laptop. Because cat and laptop both begin with a consonant sound, we use a. An is used when the next word starts with a vowel sound. For example, I want an ice cream. He's eating an orange. Both ice cream and orange begin with a vowel sound, so we use an. We use some and any with plural countable nouns and uncountable nouns. Some is generally used in positive or affirmative sentences. For example, I have some bad news. She invited some friends over for dinner. Any is generally used in negative sentences. For example, there isn't any milk left. She doesn't have any friends. We can use either any or some in questions. However, there is a small difference. We usually use any in requests for information. For example, do you have any wrapping paper? Does she play any sports? And we usually use some in offers and requests. Can I please have some cake? Would you like some coffee? So now let's review a, an, some, and any in a bit more detail and do some practice together. Okay, so before our quiz, we're going to quickly go over these again. We use a and an in front of singular countable nouns. We use a in front of a singular countable noun that begins with a consonant sound. So for example, I have a banana. And we use an in front of a singular countable noun that begins with a vowel sound. For example, I want an orange. We use both some and any with plural countable and uncountable nouns. Some is mainly used in affirmative sentences. For example, I bought some balloons for the party. Natasha has some homework to do before bed. Both of these are affirmative sentences, so we use some. In the question form, we can use some in offers and requests. For example, would you like some tea? Can I have some pie? Any is mainly used in negative sentences and questions. Example, Ian doesn't have any dates this week. There isn't any coffee left. Both of these are negative sentences, so we use any and not some. We usually use any in questions with requests for information. For example, are there any cute guys at the party? Do we have any flour? So now we're going to do a quiz. You have to fill in the blanks with a, an, some, or any. There will be 8 questions in this quiz. Question number 1. Joe doesn't have friends. Question 2. I'd like cake, please? Question 3. Did you get presents on your birthday? Question 4. Would you like water? Question 5. Do you know famous people? Question 6. I have small dog. Question 7. Make sure to bring umbrella. And finally, 8. We didn't buy bread. The correct answer for number 1 is any. Joe doesn't have any friends. Because this is a negative sentence, we use any. Question 2. I'd like some cake, please. This is a positive or affirmative sentence, so we use some. Now, you might be confused about this word cake, and you might wonder, could we put I'd like a cake? And that would also be correct. If you wanted a cake, you would want the complete cake. If you say I'd like some cake, you want a piece of that cake. Question 3. Did you get any presents on your birthday? This is a request for information. We're trying to find out information, so we use any. Question 4, the answer is some. Would you like some water? And that is because this is an offer. When we are offering something to someone, we use some. Number 5, the answer is any. Do you know any famous people? Again, this is a question, and it's also a request for information, just like number 3. Number 6, the answer is a. I have a small dog. Dog is a singular countable noun, and we have small, and that's a consonant sound, so we can't say an, we have to say a. Number 7, make sure to bring an umbrella. Because umbrella is a singular countable noun, and also it begins with a vowel sound, a. And finally, we didn't buy any bread. This is a negative sentence, so we have to use any. So let me know in the comment section how many you got correct out of 8. And if you had any difficulties, which ones were most difficult for you. If you have any questions, let me know in the comment section. Make sure to like this video and subscribe to Sparkle English for more videos on how to improve your level of English. I will see you in my next lesson.